the kids to bed, dad's home. We are the DWO podcast representing the dad world order. I am the handsome head of household, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. And with me, as always, the rest of this patriarch pack. He is the big bad bearded daddy. He is Big Rig Eric Maffey.
Ew.
What up, what up?
And he is the perpetual mid-carder.
Mid-carder.
And a two-time world record holder. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Cephas.
All right, what up, y'all? I gotta throw out real quick. You're gonna have to excuse the laundry. Your boy caught COVID directly after Thanksgiving, and I've been sick basically from Thanksgiving till now. So I haven't put my laundry away. So you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that real life exists.
You just say,
wait,
Those
hold
are my
on.
t-shirts.
The wrestling t-shirt guy has an overflow of t-shirts in his room. I feel like it should just be that way
Hey, at
all
least
the
they're
time.
folded for the most part.
That's better than me. Mine's all into baskets for weeks.
Mine's in a basket.
Oh shit.
Well, as Mr. Magnificent said, we are the DWO podcast, and tonight we have with us a very special guest, the one and only G.G. Jacobs.
Ew, that's me.
Ew.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
Who has
I'm
such
not
power?
pussycat.
I gotta bring that up first and foremost. Who has so much power? It's got what, yeet. Whatever.
It's all about how I say it.
Yeah.
The vernacular.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, man. I mean, you could be, fan favorite GG oohing it up and heel GG oohing it up. You know what I
So
mean?
like when I come through the curtain, depending on what my role is that night, if I'm a favorite, I'm going to be ew. If I'm not, I come out and go ew. Like, can't believe I'm in here with you.
I love it. Dude, that's actually one of my first time I got to see you wrestle live. That was one of my favorite things was you during your match doing crowd work, people yelling stuff out at you and stuff. And just your ability to have somebody in, an ankle lock or whatever you're doing, and you're still dialoguing with some, 400-pound
It's
dude
my
in the
favorite
front
thing.
row.
It is my favorite. I had a fan say, I don't know how you guys are about cussing on here, but
They put the kids to
better
bed right
fly.
off the bat.
Yeah.
so
That's for a reason.
I was in a corner and this fan says, dude was stepping on my hair and I'm like, ow, my hair. And I pull back and this fan goes, that hair ain't real. And I'm like, yes, it is. And he just goes, well, you're fucking ugly. And I just whip around. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a fuck you. The whole crowd goes wild. And like, same show, the fan says something to me, and I'm like, I said something like, show me your balls. I don't know, heat of the moment. And he's like, yeah, I will. You want, and kept egging me on, and I just gave him like a look like, you weirdo.
Yeah.
Stopped interacting with him.
I gotta say, man, we've talked about it before as a group. We at the DW are very open. We accept people for everything, but not everyone in that particular crowd of wrestling fans is like that. And
No.
I love how uncomfortable you make people sometimes.
That's what I'm
I'll
saying.
look at people and like start jerking off the arm, especially if I know they're like not down with me. I'll be like, yeah, this is gonna be you, baby doll. Partially,
That's
why
what
I
it
call
was. There was
people,
a guy at Cincy Wrestling, and you said something to that effect. It was he said something
I
lame
think
to
I
you,
remember.
and then I heard you say something baby doll, and it was I can't remember exactly what it was, but it popped me. It was very funny.
Well,
'Cause
like
he's like,
there's this. So I've been working at this place, Supreme Wrestling, over in Indiana, and it's a fun place, but it's very reminiscent of like how wrestling used to be. And so there's a fan there.
R-A-S-S-L-I-N, that's wrestling.
Wrestling. And there's this old man there, Vern. Everyone knows him. And he calls people Puerto Ricans and then we'll call them bigots. So I've decided to single him out because I'm like, all right, this guy's gonna give me stuff. So like, I think I make him bashful though, because like last time I saw him, he was like drinking a soda pop and like sucking on his straw, and I came over and I rubbed his cheek and I'm like, I'll give you something to suck on later, baby doll. And he's just like, his friend started laughing and said something to him. He's just, get out of here.
I live
Takes
for
the lid off.
soda pop.
That's why I love pro wrestling, man. I live to watch those moments, and you're an expert at crafting those, man. There's definitely what show was that? We went to a benefit show that NWF helped put on.
They're in Fairfield.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Fairfield. Yeah. There was a guy in that crowd that was not very happy about your arm stroking. And
So that was one of my favorite moments. Destiny put it, the figure 4 swinger turned it over. Instead of me breaking up a tap or anything, I'm just like, holy hell, I'm gonna jerk his arm off. And it's such a great photo. I'm just
Well, like the whole and in that match, like Swinger saying he always gets him in that pretzel hold and then kicks
oh
him in
yeah,
the
yeah.
tail end, and like your reaction to that was
I was like, look at that
priceless.
hole. And I was like, he kicked it. I was just like, you kicking hole? That was my hole.
oh,
'Cause,
that's
like that, I try to like I guess with me like wrestling is everyone has that queer connotation with it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, two guys grappling. So like I want to do this show called BBC Loveline where I give love advice, but it's all through like the guise of wrestling.
Oh,
So
God.
like, oh, I think my partner's cheating on me. Oh well, geez. Maybe, hit them with that international. When they go in to give you that hip toss, you block it. You block it hard, and you hit them with your hip toss. Shit like that. Because like, you could be like, oh, I kind of get what you're saying. Yeah, they think they got me, but they don't, because I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
wrestling.
So like, when I'm out there doing shit like that, like, I'm the queer Billy. I'm not here just to wrestle.
Is
Hard
Queer Billy
touches.
something you heard before, or is Queer Billy a creation from your brain?
So I joined for like a week at FGW. We were part of this group, the Hellbillies.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Pete, my tag team partner, and I was like, so we got the Killbilly, we got the Viking heavy metal, that Billy. And I was like,
Death Billy.
you're like the hillbilly, Pete, because he's just a Hamilton boy. I was like, what am I? Am I just a gay hillbilly? And he's like, oh, well, I was like, oh, I'm the queer Billy. So like it all spurred from being part of this very short-lived faction. So
It's
Yeah,
a good
no.
moniker, man. I dig it.
actually, there was a place that I had to pull out of my booking because they were very against that title, the queer Billy.
It's so crazy.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
this man.
What made me pull out though, like I was like, okay, I can work. But then like I see them post this whole promo of a guy and his gimmick is being moist and putting on chapstick and he's something daddy, and I'm just like,
But that's okay. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, how the fuck is that okay? And me being called the queer, like I was drinking milk in my promo. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything sexy. I didn't say start my promo
Drinking
off
milk.
with like, I think there must be dragons out here. Like, because it's at a place called the Dragon Den Productions, whatever the fuck. I'm just like, well, if you're not down with the queer Billy, I don't think your crowd will be either. Like, and it's 12 hours round trip. Yeah, I'll work somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that kind of reminds me. I was watching the new Wrestlers documentary on Netflix, and there's a part in that where they're wrestling middle of Kentucky. I don't even remember what the town's called, but
Yeah.
the crowd got mad because one of the characters was like a like satanic priest gimmick or
Mhm.
something like, you know, whatever.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
You know who I'm
about.
talking
Father
about?
something. Father something.
Yeah.
He has a white eye or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, yeah, I mean, you know, you go to wrestling some places like that, like
See,
they
like
ain't-
I don't mind like wrestling in those places. I just don't want like to be the guy booking the show to get shitty with me one way and then allow like have this double standard.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, but like I wrestled in Naden Hutton, Ohio for A2W, Addicted to Wrestling. Naden Hutton, Ohio is like the village from the village. Like, it's a very small town. You have to take like you're on a state route and you take a little side road that will lead you to the town, and it's a big valley kind of thing. But I worked there, and the ring announcer comes up to me and he's like, "Well, I know like your whole gimmick and everything, but do you mind kind of like toning it down for this show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. We're at a church. Totally." Fine.
Oh, gosh.
Then the booker, I don't know if y'all know who Toby Klein is. He was a big deathmatch wrestler back in the day. But he's the owner and promoter. He comes up to me and is like, "Oh, I'm so glad you made it. You're in the main, and I want you to bring it. I want that full gimmick. I want you to go out there and show this crowd who you are." And I was like, "Are you sure?"
I got two people telling me two different things.
He's like, "Yeah, that's why I booked you." And I was like, "All right, let's do it,
All
Toby." So I didn't tell the ring announcer this though.
Oh,
And
God.
so he announces me, G.G. Jacobs, the New American Dream from Cincinnati, Ohio. I come out. I ain't no New American Dream. And I ain't from Cincinnati. I'm from Pound Town. And I'm going to make Josh Crane my baby doll. And like, these people are looking at me like, what the hell? This is some queer demon stepping out of hell.
You're
And-
like, all right, it's time to make everybody real uncomfortable. Let's
yeah. And like, I'm working this match and I'm working the crowd and like I hear a fan getting really upset with me, and so I keep egging him on, call him my baby doll, and how Josh is just my baby doll, and I'm gonna do things to him. I think I jerked off his arm in front of him, but finally he calls me very aggressively. He calls me a Fruit Loop. And the way he said it, I was like, if I keep egging him on, he's not going to call me a Fruit Loop. He's going to use the hard F.
Yeah.
And so I was just like,
He's gonna call me a cigarette. And
yeah.
that's pretty good. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, Josh, we're going home. We're going to fight to the finish here. I'm not going to talk to that man anymore because like I want to push those buttons and get people that riled, but the last thing I want them to do is start chanting that word because whoever's that fan favorite is going to look real bad. Like they can't use that footage. Like, why am I hitting you? This looks so bad.
The
Yeah,
times
it's not
are
great.
changing, man, but they aren't all the way there.
I was gonna say, would they really start chanting that?
Oh well, you got
I think they might, depending on where you are. Like,
Lord have mercy.
I've worked with some guy, like black guys, and they've talked about going down to like Tennessee and West Virginia and hearing some very harsh
I
things.
can only imagine.
And
Yeah.
like, it's the same with like Illinois. So like Chicago is pretty progressive, but if you go to the surrounding areas of Illinois, it's Hickville.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
And, like, so like I don't know if you know the Bruisers. They're a cool tag team out of Louisville, but they showed me a clip where this fan like got in their face, threw beer in his face, and when he threw beer in Robbie's face, it was the last thing he should have done.
Yeah.
Because you just saw raining fist.
He deserved every second of it.
It was awesome. It was really awesome. But it's Illinois, and like that's the kind of heat you can expect, and like you can expect to get like some real derogatory like slurs thrown at you.
Yeah.
So
Times are progressing, but like you said, there's a lot of places that aren't progressing at all.
no.
It's getting there slowly but surely, man. But I mean, you look at like Anthony Bowen, for example. What was it just like a few months ago where they chanted "He's gay" in a positive way, and when he posted
Yeah.
that, I was like, damn, that is pretty different, man. Because 1999, them chanting "He's gay," it
So,
wouldn't have
like,
been a positive chant.
I there's been some vets that have brought this up to me. They're like, it's wild. You go out there and you're like this baby face having people cheer for you, but the things you do, if it were 10 years ago, biggest heel ever. You'd just be the biggest heel. And, I do think about, like, I'm going out there, I'm bending dudes over and humping them. It's not very, that isn't things that you should just, or jerking off arms, like,
Jerk him off! Jerk him off!
I literally was like, what do I call this move? And I'm like, there is no name for it. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
one
the
mean
stroke.
Indian. I beat a guy with it recently, and I'm like, that's the worst Indian burn of his life. Because that's what the whole it is. It's just an Indian burn.
Oh, God, those were the worst.
Yeah. Just imagine.
Yeah, one of
if
them's
you're
like
in
second
Pound
grade.
Town. Well, I've also noticed that like a lot of my in-ring stuff is like I'm a bully. Like if I'm facing a bigger guy, sometimes like I'll tabletop them just to get them down because I don't know how to fight a big man. Well, I'm gonna get behind you. But yeah, no.
So how many years you got into wrestling, man? How long you been doing it?
Actually, not long. December 3rd will be 2 years.
What?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Bro, you've got, as the kids say, riz or charisma for those of us that aren't kids.
Yeah.
You've got charisma, man, because you don't
know what
seem
that-
like
I know
you're
what
that
that is.
fresh. He's like, I know that. You didn't have to tell me.
So who was it?
I'm woke.
I forget his name, but it was at this show, APW show. When I told him that he's like been in the business for 20 years, and I'm like, yeah, I've only been doing it for like 2 years. He's just like, what? No, and I'm like, well, Cody Hawk trained me. He's like, that's all you had to say.
Yep.
That's all you had to say.
We just had him on.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
love
that was
Cody.
pretty cool.
He,
Yeah.
for us, man, I don't think people give him his roses enough because we were definitely giving them to him, and he kind of seemed almost like, damn, okay, like no, you're on the Mount Rushmore of trainers as far as I'm concerned, man. You put
Oh yeah.
some excellent people out there.
Well, I think internally, it seems like in the like people in the wrestling business seem to. Everybody says awesome things about Cody Hawk, but it's the general wrestling population that's like Cody Hawk, who's who's
Yeah,
that? 'Cause
no.
You never really think a lot of the IWC doesn't think past the talent. Like
Well, the only
how did they
ones
get
that
there?
might know about him, like fan wise, like the IWC, are the ones that have read John Moxley's book or
Right.
are huge indie wrestling fans and have been since like the early 2000s and are from Ohio. Yeah, just like that book. Then they've seen him on HWA.
Yeah.
Right.
Because HWA was the be all end all wrestling promotion throughout the early 2000s to I think like 2010, something like that. But anyways, like it was the destination. Nigel McGuinness came over from England to train with Les Thatcher, Lance Cade, Jamie Noble. You got John Moxley, Sammy Callahan,
LA Knight, Eli Drake.
LA Knight.
My first
Heather
turn
Monroe.
on to him was through them. So Cody's been really cool to me over the years, man. So to get him on the show was definitely he was on the high on the list for us, man. So he was.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
We actually almost had a bear sighting when he was
We
on. It was
almost-
pretty cool.
He thought he had
Oh,
a bear.
Thought he had a bear in his yard. And we didn't get to
well,
see
I
it,
promise
but
I
we were
wasn't
excited.
there.
Not that kind of bear.
Rawr.
I was informed probably earlier last year.
Dude,
but I
that
was
would have made it
informed that
10
I'm an
times
otter.
better if he panned and you were just there. Like,
Cody.
Ew!
Ew. That'd be a great like Home Alone movie.
Oh, that's great.
We got a
sorry to
custom
cut
Home
you off,
Alone.
Steven, as I just had that thought and it made me laugh so hard. If he would have panned and Gigi would have just been there like, hey.
Ew, I'm caught.
What are you gonna do? That would be
Not again,
fun.
GG, not again.
Give me some
What's
of
up,
that
Dan
hot
Lovins?
juice.
How's it going?
What up,
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, the concoction. Cody actually drinks this alcoholic drink that he makes, a little cocktail, and I call it hot juice. And like, I just think it sounds wrong.
It does.
That's why I
It
like
makes me
it.
think of a loogie.
I'm gonna drink some hot juice,
Yeah.
but it's delicious. It's like an energy drink, Mio and vodka, and it'll keep
That
you
does
going.
Right.
You can taste your heart.
Yeah, you'll be drinking like your 10th one. I'm like, I kind of feel buzzed. It's all this caffeine. 'Cause I don't feel so drunk.
I say the Mio stuff, man. That alone, like the energy one, that gives me a bigger caffeine boost than any
No, it's
soft
because
drink.
it's like uncontrolled doses because it says one
Yeah.
squirt, and I mean everyone has a different squirt. So, like,
Ew.
I'm pretty sure I've had like 400 milligrams out of a water bottle just because I'm like, yeah, I like it tasty.
I've actually found my limit with caffeine before, though. We had this.
Not a fun limit to find.
No, it's terrible. I thought I was dying. I was like, I
Oh,
was having
God.
palpitations and like, because I went too many shots of espresso in my hot chocolate one night.
Oh.
I broke the threshold. I was like,
decadent.
it's like you're at the gym and you're maxing out. Yeah, well, I did that with caffeine. It was a bad
Just
experience.
sitting on the couch, breaking a sweat. Like,
That was
what's
at
wrong
work.
with me?
That was at work.
That's even worse.
Bro, I got a similar work story, man. We would always go and get the C4s at lunch.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we finally
Yeah,
had this
those make your
guy-
skin tingle.
Well, we finally had this guy who he hadn't even had a Monster before. He joins us at the shake place, and we are all get our shakes, and we got an energy drink as well. And he's like, I'm gonna get the energy drink and try that. And we're like, okay, whatever. We didn't realize he'd never had any type of energy at all whatsoever. And he drank an entire C4 within the hour. And then about an hour after we get back from lunch, he comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, is my skin supposed to itch? And I was like,
Yeah, it
I was
is.
like, yeah, man, you might feel a little bit. I was like, just get moving, move some of them skids. He came back not even 10 minutes later. He's like, I'm going home. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. I'm gonna go
You
home.
Yeah,
poisoned him.
I can't deal with this right now.
Bro, he took the next day off, too. Like, he was
Skin,
done.
it's my biggest organ, and I feel it moving. I need to go home.
Oh, dude, worst
I've
worst
definitely
ever
have
for me
felt
was,
like that.
You guys ever the red line, like it came in a bottle?
Oh, yeah.
And you get it like GNC. Dude, we used to drink those like you drink half a bottle before, like when we played football in high school. Drink like half a bottle before and half a bottle at halftime. Dude, we'd play an entire football game and I'd still be up till 4 a.m, just like white knuckling at home. Like, oh my God, it was horrible.
My sister had to go to the hospital once. She picked me up, and this was like 8th grade, and she's blasting My Dick by Mickey Avalon. And I get in the car, and she's zooming around, and she's like, I've had 3 red lines. And I'm like, oh my God, Steph.
3?
Oh, yeah. She had to go to the hospital and everything.
Ooh.
Like, she was a wild one. She's doing
Hey.
a lot better, though.
By the way, thank you, Michael Dart, for subscribing to our channel. I just got the notification
Yeah.
right now. Thank you, Michael Dart.
Ew.
Mike Dark, my bro. That's my bro.
Hell yeah.
He's probably sitting there with Dan. What up, y'all?
What,
I'd come
Dan
over if
Levins?
Yeah, Dan Levins, yeah.
I saw his name pop up.
What a perfect last name, right? I've loved that last name since I met him.
I'd love him.
Levin. Hey, buddy, you want you some lovins? Lovin'? Hmm? Oh, shit.
So what do you got coming up, GG, booking wise?
I'm trying to get water. I'm sorry.
I thought you were throwing darts.
Yeah, I'm a multitasker.
Sure.
This weekend
What was that?
I got going Desire Pro all the way in Zanesville. I'm really excited for that one because I'm just going to beat the tar out of Aaron Graves again, and it's going to be great.
There you
This
go.
time, I don't think the crowd's going to hate me as much as they did last time. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic. Because last time I posted a clip of me tapping them out last time, and they did not like me. Resounding boos. But, I mean, the last few times I've been there, I'm a fan favorite. They've taken a shine to me.
There you
So
go.
we'll see. But Zanesville, I don't care. I don't care if they
Zanesville,
like
Ohio.
me or not. Zanesville, Ohio sucks.
Never been.
Are you?
Yeah, well, the only good thing about it is they have a Sheets. I think they have two.
There
But
you go.
have you ever been to Sheets?
No, I've heard it's like the Bucky's rival.
Okay, so I've been to both. I've been to Wawa's too.
Yeah.
Sheets is superior to all because
sandwiches.
yeah, it's sandwiches, hot dogs, burgers, chicken sandwiches, burritos, quesaritos. You can get custom drinks. It's amazing.
See,
I-
here's
I-
the thing. I went to the Bucky's, the only one I ever been to. I was not that big of a fan.
Yeah,
I thought it was overrated.
It is like they have fudge, and it's like okay, it's fudge. And then
I don't even like
eat
fudge that
brisket.
much. So.
I don't eat pork or beef.
See, I
It's
had
just
one of
something
their sandwiches, one of their brisket sandwiches. Bit
Mid.
overpriced, if you ask me.
Yeah, probably. It's Bucky's.
For a gas station brisket sandwich, like it
All
just,
I want from
they-
there is a
they-
hoodie.
Or
yeah,
a
I
full
could dig
fledged
a hoodie.
suit of the Bucky guy. I'll wear
Yeah, little squirrel there, right on your chest. Look
that. Is that what
cute.
he is? I thought he was a beaver.
That's a
Give me
beaver.
1 second, guys. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
I think yeah, you're right. He is a beaver.
Giant beaver.
Whatever. The cartoon.
He is a cartoon salesman. Oh, that was my buddy Dart. Hell yeah. Thanks, bud.
No,
Appreciate
but
you.
yeah, I got Desire and then Cincy.
Oh, you will be there Sunday.
Yeah, no. Told them to fix the graphic. They didn't. But it's not going to be me and Creed. It's going to be me and MVP versus Roach. And like,
Uh-oh.
I know MVP's gonna be there.
How am I
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
hold
That
How
means
am I
some
going to
MVP.
hold my here for the
MVP
Queer
rules.
Billy shirt or here for the Queer Billy sign and my Roach sign at the same time?
well,
I
you
can't-
put down the Roach sign and you just hold the Queer Billy sign.
Listen,
Fair.
me and Mr. Wild go pretty far back. That's my buddy. You know what I mean?
And they won the titles last show too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because they weren't facing the bosom buddies.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Listen,
What really can I say?
it's gonna be a struggle for me because I'm gonna be there front row. We got 4 front row tickets there, so they'll be I'll at least hold your sign during your entrance and at sporadic points during the match, but I might be leaning towards my boys in Roach, man. I hate to do that to you, but
I'm gonna give them the hardest touch they've ever received. I'm
It's
so
gonna be so
scared
funny.
of Orion's fucking shot.
Steven.
Last time I was in the ring with Steve, I made him dance. And then he tickled me. So I don't know how monstrous they really are. So I'm going to be like, listen, I've prepared for you. I've been tickling myself all week. Ain't nothing you can do to me. And dancing, I've been dancing for 1.5 years for this opportunity. So, but Ryan, like, that motherfucker gets me in a fucking corner and chops me. I'm dipping. I'm just straight up dipping. Like, oh fuck, get the fuck away.
ow, that really hurts, sir.
Am I bleeding?
Yeah, I
think
can
I'm
never
bleeding.
understand like one series of it is a lot, But then you had these matches where they're just deep into the match, still going at it, and their chest is like hamburger meat.
So
And
like
it's like, is
I
it
can
numb
do
by
it.
then?
So it hurts a lot, honestly. And like Ryan Wild and his chops are probably the meanest chops I've ever felt. And I've chopped with a lot of guys. Well, no, I'm gonna say Ryan Wild and Josh Crane. Those two guys. Like, I don't know if you guys know Josh Crane.
Yep.
Super great wrestler. But I had this match with him, and he just started firing up on me with chops. And I was just like, what? Who are you?
Why?
Like, I know we're both trying to win, but god dang, this is assault. Like, we did not consent to this. It was too hard of a touch. I was like, and usually when people beat me, I'll be like, well, god dang, you must be from Pound Town.
I like heavy petting, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, you touched too hard. I'm going home.
Ow!
I love that. You do that too, though. Like, it's like the thing that like Kevin Owens does, where he gets hit in the ring and like he'll go, ow, and not everybody does that. I love that. I love that because it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You get hit like this. Ow!
There's this one time in a seminar, Bob Evans stepped on my hand, and he's like, said, all right, so. And I'm like, okay. Ow! Ow, you're stepping on my hand. Get off my hand. Why are you stepping on my hand? He's just like, that's how you, that's, and I'm like, well, you're just stepping on it. I mean, like, initially I say, ow, but what? I need to be flailing? I'm a grown-ass man. You're like, I don't know, just Charlie horse you. Fuck.
Just rock sell it. Just you got the stunner.
So me and my buddy Creed Costello, we're part of a tag team, the Move Makers, and we came up with this move. So like, an old term in wrestling is if you heard a guy say Idaho, all the boys would come to the curtain because they knew someone was about to get punched in the face. They were about to get potatoed. So now me and Creed will, one of us will be in the ring. We got a wrist lock. We'll ask a stupid question to the other, like, hey, Boise's the capital of where? Tag, grab the other arm. Idaho! Double punch. Stupid, and a lot of fans are just like, why are they talking about Idaho? But then it's like, oh, they just potatoed him.
Just, yeah.
Idaho.
Entertaining and informative.
Like, I name moves, like, I give them stupid names too. Like, I do a 640 Bulldog. Because names in wrestling are stupid. It's just I chop you in the throat, I give you a little jawbreaker, and then I hit you with a discus clothesline. That's the 640.
640.
But there's no Bulldog. I'm the Bulldog.
Yeah.
Or,
there was neither a 640 nor a Bulldog in that.
Yeah, no. Me and Pete do a tag team move that's called Time to Deep Throat the Slim Jim. And it's a Russian leg sweep. I hook them for that, and he hits a running shoulder tackle. And I simply named it that just because I wanted to piss off someone in the locker room. And yeah,
I just want to hear commentary say that when you guys hit that move. That's all.
So like, I think there's very select few, and that's on me and Pete. We need to tell commentary the name of some of our stuff. Like,
signs, bro.
Well, I did get to see commentary notes from FGW, and one of the commentators, like, they had some of my stuff written down, but then at the very bottom, it just said, generally, just unhinged. And I was just like, yes, that is me. In a nutshell, that is who I am.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
Just, we don't know what to expect from him. That's right. You don't. Like me and Creed, we do this handshake, and like I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's like in these reels where you slap hands and then you spin out and drop down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
okay,
do
yeah.
that in our entrance now. And it gets such a big pop because it's so fucking goofy. I'll be like, Creed, let's show them a move. Slap, slap, spin. Ew.
Ew.
It's so good. And like I'm
It's
coming
like
out
it's
in,
like the
assless jabs.
what is that from Predator? The ultimate handshake. That's your guys' version. You know what I mean, Dylan? You son of a bitch. And
Oh
then
yes, no.
clasp hand.
I recently posted on the Bosom Buddy IG, GG and Creed giving Dylan and the other dude's name vibe, and I put because
Yeah.
I got a perfect photo of our grasping hands, and I put side by side.
Dylan,
I
you
was like-
son of a bitch.
That's
Dylan,
me.
You
Bro,
son
by
of
the
a
way,
Creed.
BBC is such a beautiful bosom buddy crew connection. What is the C? What is the C?
Connection.
Connection. Yeah.
So like it's not like any other faction, I think. So like factions, wrestling faction, typically are like you have one tag team and then a bunch of singles wrestlers. What we are a bunch of tag teams that can do singles. But we're main so there's me and Pete, the bosom buddies. Then there's I don't know if y'all remember Johnny Cisco. He's injured right now, but he's bosom buddy 2.0. He's bosom buddy 3.0 with Pete when it's that combination. If it's me and Creed, it's the Move Makers. Then there's the Bloody Buddies, this guy Tony Garrix and myself. Then there's what is it?
Bloody Buddies.
Not to mention
Midsummer
Coach Q.
Trouble. I got the Stooges with Hannibal, Pete and Jim Hutchinson, Cisco and Creed. So it's a lot of tag
Holy
teams, and we
cow,
do
yeah.
some single stuff, but mainly it's like we do tag teams.
Right.
We're an open tag partnership. That's like kind of like there's
I
the
like
free
it.
bird
Yeah.
rule, but we're more open tag. So we do tag. We work with different partners. Like, are you down with OTP? You know me.
Ew.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, no, I love it. It really all started when me and Pete started working over at XVW, and like where we were like, oh, one of us is going to be working a singles, and Tom has booked like me and Cisco or Pete and Cisco to do a tag. So we were like, oh, okay, and then things developed over at FGW where me and Pete were kind of feuding over there over him wanting to be more monogamous, and then I don't know, I just heard a really weird noise in my place. And
Might
me
have been
wanting
there.
to be open.
It's probably
It could've
Cody
been a
Hawk.
ghost.
What if it-
Cody
yeah,
Hawk
what if it's
talking to
Cody?
you.
He's probably here for his hawk juice. No!
Ew.
Ew.
Ew, no
I'm under
Cody.
attack. Ew. It's so versatile. It's like mustard.
I hope that after you live a great,
Monster.
I hope that after you live a great, very long, luxurious life, that at your very last moment you get to go. And just,
Now, me and Pete were very happy with how things ended. I mean, we're forever champs.
yeah.
Gigi, you need to make that a T-shirt. It's versatile like mustard.
It's
don't know why,
versatile,
but that's-
like mustard.
Like mustard. I'd wear it
BBC, versatile, like mustard.
like mustard. Because
I should.
somebody would read that and be like, "What the?" It brings people in.
I want to start selling shirts at APW shows that just say like Creed is dumb because like people don't like them there, and I'm like, see, if I'm selling it though, they don't think you're getting any of the money.
Yeah.
And then you got all these shirts out there, and they're all chanting Creed is dumb.
All done.
Bro,
Like, hey,
do that for
money
a while.
making.
Do that for a while. Then after a major event, he could come out and be like, dressed real nice and be like, "You thought I was dumb. See, those shirts were mine."
It's been me,
It was
Austin,
me.
all along.
Smart guy Creed.
That would be great. He wasn't so keen on it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just do it and pocket the money.
Hey, like the great Eric Bischoff said, controversy equals cash. You know what I mean?
Hey, people are shocked to see APW book me. You know, they're very family friendly. And I tone it down for them because I'm respectful, but still, I say wild things. Like, I told a man from Texas last time I was there that I would ride him. So, like, yeah.
I'd say, yeah, even for like a NWF show, I mean, they're pretty family friendly and pretty tame. So, it was
Oh
a
my
little-
God, you have no idea how badly I want to work Beans.
Oh yeah, hold on. Speaking of that, right before
Wow.
we got on, the last thing I heard was beans.
Yes, I heard someone say "walk
Rock
and
and
roll."
roll.
I was like, yeah.
Love Beans.
He is
God
one of
love
my
him.
favorite people, and I want to take him to Pound Town. Literally asked me last time I saw him. He's like, "So when do I get to go to Pound Town?" And I was like, "Oh God, please, Booker man, book
I just want to
this."
see. I just want to see Beans walking woe into the Royal Wumble.
That's too many R's. No, you need
Royal
to come on
Wumble
down to
entrant.
Pound Town. No, I would honestly really like to work at NWF more regularly. It's where I initially started training, actually. I started there and for a month and a half until I broke my shoulder. And then I went home and did a bunch of acid and just went like this for the whole night. And it made my shoulder 10 times worse. And
I thought you were about to be like, it fixed it.
my dad came home and he's like, "So how you feeling?" And I'm like, "I think it's healing." And he's like, "I want some of that." And it was not healing. In fact, I made it way worse. And yeah, then 2 years later, I was like, I'm gonna give the wrestling thing a try. I'm gonna give it another shot. And I found Cody, and I was like, I'm gonna go to this guy Cody Hawk. He's done a lot of cool work. And yeah, the rest was history. But I would like to like Pompano Joe is like Cody Hawk's my like head trainer, the guy who really taught me everything. Pompano like kind of refined some stuff, the finer details. But yeah.
The champ. We're happy to see that shit.
Oh yeah.
I damn near
Pompano
cried.
Joe.
Good moment.
The
That
baddest
was
dude
awesome,
alive.
man.
Everybody's homie.
I knew he was gonna win that night purely because when they came out, they played all his old entrance themes first. I was like, oh well, I feel like that's a spoiler because if you're gonna play all his old entrance themes, all the iterations of Joe to now, and why would we do that? You know what I mean? Why would we do that?
He's either winning or he's retiring after the match. One of the
Yeah.
two.
Exactly
Yeah.
what my thought process was.
If he retired, I would have been so pissed because I talked to him quite a bit. I'd be like, "You didn't fucking tell me, you prick.
Fucking tell me,
You no fucking warning. Like I would have been there if I knew you were retiring."
That was a good sizzler, man. That was my first time going to a sizzler.
Yeah, it was
I,
fun.
NWF, like their shows, there's just something about them. The fans get so hot.
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember I was at the last show I saw of theirs. Literally, like, there's these like 3 or 4 dudes that would rush up to the entryway, be like dog cussing the heels and shit, and I'm just like, oh hell yeah!
I know
You-
exactly
you
who
let-
you're talking about.
Give me that entrance. Give me
Yeah.
that entrance because I'm gonna ruin their day.
I mean, they're consistent. They consistently put on shows. I mean, if it's not every week, it's every other week, and they
No, I
consistently
know.
have crowds. And I mean, that's
It's just they book mostly their students, and
Mhm.
I completely understand that. And like you only really see outside names come in when they've established themselves somewhat. Like Ari Alexander, Jack Vaughn, Ace Austin, like those are people that you could go 10 states around and people know who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would argue, you could go to Iowa and people would know who I am. Just saying.
There you
I'm
go.
just saying. I've
To
been to
be
Las
fair-
Vegas.
To be fair, when we went to Iowa, somebody said they listened to our podcast when we were up there, and we were just like, "Oh, look at us!
That's pretty cool.
Boom.
Look at us!"
Iowa might be an epicenter for wrestling.
Dude,
I mean,
Iowa was insane. I loved that. We aren't going to the Wrestling Revolver show on the 2nd, but I do believe that whenever the next Iowa show is, I think it's got a date in February, don't it?
yeah,
That's
January.
Texas. Is
January's
February?
Dayton.
January's
Yeah.
Dayton.
Yeah,
Texas
we'll be
is
at that.
right
We'll be
after
at that
Dayton.
one for sure, and then Texas right after it.
Gringo
I
and Bots.
plan on being at the January one to help out. I really
we'll
want
be
to get
there
in
too.
front of Sammy because I've had friends that have done his seminars, and like I would like to have his input, like on how I work and what I could do to be better.
We've been.
Dude, I tell you what, we have heard ever since we've been around Revolver, every single person talks about how amazing Sammy Callahan is, not just as a talent in the ring, but as a promoter, as a trainer, just all of it.
So
And you can tell that Cody Hawk, rubbing off on him.
Well, when I discovered independent wrestling, like back in 2008, 2009, like watching on YouTube, I was watching a lot of deathmatch stuff like CZW, and one like feud rivalry that really captured me and my attention or whatever was Sammy Callahan and Drake Younger. I mean, these guys, they had crazy matchups, and I really want to do death matches. 2024, that's my plan, is to do a lot more hardcore death match stuff.
Ooh.
I think sometime around April, the first weekend, I should be having a pretty significant death match. That would be pretty cool. But I have one scheduled in May. And I'm in talks with other companies like Horror Slam and AWR that regularly do that stuff. So
now, is there only certain states you can do death matches in? Or is there certain states that I know Kentucky's really
there's
strict with stuff like that.
Well, there are states that don't. Oh, Ohio technically doesn't allow blood.
Yes.
So you I don't know.
And hooks.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Or there's nights at FGW where I have seen guys, myself included, we were bleeding.
Yeah.
I think it's just because the same thing with New York. New York, you're not allowed to do hardcore kind of death matches. It's why ICW they've never done the chains there. But they're going to have a show, I think it's coming up here soon, where they have ropes and they're going back to New York and whatnot. But my buddy Casanova Valentine, he does no ring death matches out there. And that's kind of so the no ring thing, I love no rings because I think it's fun in an artistic kind of way. But it's a very different from traditional wrestling. But it's a loophole too, because it can be labeled as performance art to a commission and not wrestling. So you don't have an athletic state commission overseeing it. I think there's actually going to be happening December 14th. Is a no ring show somewhere in Cincinnati at a bar with bands and whatnot, and it's Swinger and Lord Crew. They're facing each other.
I mean, if
Really?
they need a band, an extra, my band is open that night. Just saying.
I literally, if you go to Swinger's Twitter page, you'll see it's a kick-ass flyer, and I was a little jelly. I'm not gonna lie. I was
sounds like a great
natty,
time.
and you got Swinger and Lord Crew. Fuck,
yeah.
Let me fight Swinger.
Yikes. Sorry, I just opened Twitter
Swinger.
and Tammy Stitch's mugshot's on there.
I wish she'd have got 34 years. Fuck that.
Hey, first person that popped up on the old X is Mr. Fitz himself.
I'm a big anti-fan of Sonny. and a group of guys that I frequent hang out and talk wrestling with about a lot about the Walmart We Love Wrestling page. Paid for a fucking cameo before she killed the dude with the car. They paid for a cameo of her to shout me out and thank me for being such a huge fan. I was like, you fucking assholes. Like, now it forever exists that Sonny thinks I was her fan.
I got a friend of mine. So I have a Gigi Allen tattoo.
Oh, really?
And it's not because I'm a diehard Gigi Allen fan, but my friend at the time, her baby would only fall asleep when we would sing "Don't Talk to Me" by Gigi Allen, and so we decided to get these little matching tattoos. For her birthday, though, I was like, I want to get her a cameo, but from like someone she would just like, someone who would be out of pocket and kind of startle her. So I was like, oh, perfect, Nick Gage, MDK, Murder, Death, Kill. And so I ordered it through him, and it was funny because we put like some random ass shit for him to say, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but like, you need to be there for your baby, you need to be there for yourself, and I know you can do it because you're kick ass and Murder, Death, Kill, fuck yeah. She's like, I don't understand, but it's so nice.
Bro, we went crazy with the cameos for a minute because they were getting us a lot of traction and building us followers. Because we'd pay for ads that people would click the follow button when they saw the video, right? So we buy them from everybody, and we bought one from New Jack. Bro, it's the only time in my life I've ever hit refund on a cameo, and I'll talk about it now that he's dead because he can't kick my fucking ass. But dude, it was the worst. It was like, hey, this New Jack. Go to Walmart, not Walmart, and like the page. Thank you. Like, but he was like way drunker than that. So it was just like that plus this. Like I was just like, this is the worst thing like, I've ever paid $50.
This is perfect. Just what I imagined it would be.
What did you expect?
Oh man.
Well, like so Swinger, he posted something the other day on Twitter about like if you have a turnbuckle tattoo and you don't help set up ring, and like it had this little gif of someone like doing a little side eye or whatever. My response to him was, I take my advice from Psycho Sam. I don't know if y'all know Psycho Sam,
I know Psycho
but
Sam is.
yeah. Like when I was training and like before I even started working matches or anything, I would travel to a lot of NWF shows and IWA shows with Pompano. Sam would travel with me, and I would just hear all these tales. But one time we were at Battle of the Border, and he was put in charge of like overseeing ring setup, and I'm like just hanging out with Sam, and he's like, Gigi, you want to know something? I'm like, what? He's like, I've never helped set up a ring in my life. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's my man, Psycho Sam.
I always end up sitting at the bar next to him at the after party of NWF shows.
Yes, I love him. Like, one, I don't know if he still does, but he usually has like a few joints on him. So like I would get fucking ripped and toasty with Psycho, and then just talk about like he has a lot of cool stories because he wrestled during like the territory days.
Yeah.
And like I've heard him tell me like one of my all-time favorites. I still tell people this. He was working in West Virginia, and this is like back in the day, and it was the promoter's son kept just socking him in the face. He told the kid 3 times, hey, lighten up. Well, the kid didn't listen, so he grabbed him in a headlock, took his thumb, scooped his eye out.
Oh
my good lord.
Blood's all over the place, yada, 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 all this commotion. Fans are hot because this kid was like he was like Kerry Von Erich of this promotion.
Right.
He had to be escorted out the building by police. Police took him to the state line. As he crossed over, they're just like, don't come back here.
Stay over there.
Like, you will be killed.
Oh my
And
god.
then like the other cop is just like, but if you do, I bet you'll draw. And I'm like, yeah, that's wrestling. That's wrestling.
I bet you'll draw.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just I'll tell people that, and they're like, no, do not do that. And I'm like, well, I guess you don't want to draw.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at Rey
fuck.
Mysterio. He lost an eye.
Hey, he killed a man in a ring. The
Whoa.
next month, it was Arena Mexico. They did very well. Ticket sales did not go down. They're like, holy fuck, someone died.
Yeah.
Let's go to wrestle.
Talk about a freak accident.
What if it happens
wrestling,
again?
man. That shit. Talk about once in a lifetime moment.
What?
Something
Someone
so-
dying in the ring? Oh my
No,
god, that'd be
that
horrible.
Perro Aguayo moment.
Oh yeah.
That moment was such a. If you've never seen it, I mean, it's not an easy thing to watch, but it's such. When you look at the move that caused his death, it's just like that is as common as fucking opening a door. You know what I mean? Like that,
I actually brought it up to someone. Like most injuries in wrestling are from things like that, and I'm like, even deaths. Like you look at Owen Hart, he didn't die from some crazy move. He plummeted to his death because of malfunction. But like, you don't see Rey Mysterio hit that back drop kick anymore.
no.
Yeah.
To set that move up, I like brought that up,
You
and
have
he's
to
like,
drop
"Oh my
toe
god,
hold.
you don't." And I'm like, "Yeah, because if the guy going down doesn't protect himself, very well could snap their neck, could sever, because those are cables. Like,
Yep.
Well,
you gotta
it's
be
like
aware of what you're working in."
It's not a
we
bungee
were at
cord.
when
That'd be
AEW
crazy.
came to Cincinnati
Oh yeah.
and did that Title Tuesday, and Hangman got concussed and had to be, taken out of the ring and everything like that. I mean, that was just big lariat.
Yeah.
I've seen people take 8,000 of them, but he just lands weird and concussion.
I was in training not too long ago, and I hit a kid with a lariat. He rolled out of the ring, and he coughed up blood.
Oh gosh.
Jesus.
And I was like, "Oh,
I'm sorry.
shit. Well, I'm gonna save that for the show."
Yeah.
But-
Can you do that again?
You look at like some of the most freak accidents that, like, in wrestling that we can see, as far as injuries go. The Triple H quad injury was from a step forward. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, and it just rolled up in his leg. You know what I mean?
Cisco tore his ACL or MCL, one of those things. It was from an up and over, just jumping up and landing. That's it. And just was like, "Oh my god!"
You do,
Yeah.
200 of those in a general, practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you
No,
jump in the ring all up.
Look at our boy Chris Jackson. Fell out. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Oh
Chris
yeah.
just fell out of the ring, fell on his arm wrong.
So, did the rope break and he
For
fell
Brad?
out?
No.
Yeah.
No, he just,
spilled out of the ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
wow.
I think it was
through the middle
low
of the rope.
bridge. I think Masha pulled the rope down and he went over.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
But it was, just like typical somebody goes over the top, and when he came down, he just to catch himself, landed weird. Like you can rewatch it, and it really doesn't even look like anything bad happened, but it fucked his arm right up.
Creed not too long ago, he was in a Rumble or Battle Royal type deal, and I'm like about to come out. Excuse me. He's eliminated, comes rushing into the back, and he's like, "Oh my god, I think my arm's broken." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ, what happened?" And he took a rainmaker while on the apron, and when he like bumped on it, his arm got caught and like hyperextended as he was like rolling out. And I was like, "Oh geez, why'd you take that move?" Like, don't do that.
That sounds terrible.
But like last
Oh
weekend,
God.
if you go to Supreme Creed,
Our
Noah Gabriel.
Our boy Noah Gabriel is fucking obsessed with the band Creed, as we are too. But that
Yeah.
guy, it might be an addiction for him, man.
I
Dude, the
literally-
amount of Creed reels I get on Instagram every day
Yes.
from Noah.
Same here.
out there.
It's not a knock. I
Yes.
love it.
No, I love it.
I
can't
picked up my
believe
partner tonight and I was blasting higher. Got in the car and I was like, hold on. He goes, can you take me higher? Oh, yeah. No, I was upset. I was going to go with a friend to the show, and when tickets went on sale, they're gone like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
it's
a lot
sold
of them got
out.
scalpered, so I think there'll be some on the resale, but I don't know. It depends on how much they end up being.
Yeah.
'Cause that's obscene.
That part, because, like, I'm not going to lie, I would drop probably 150 for a ticket, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spend like 250, 300. I mean, like, come on, it's Creed.
Wow.
Still suck, Gigi. Yeah, I do more than suck, Noah.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. See the 10
Yeah.
You should have
Come
seen
to
at the last
Pound Town.
Revolver. If you'd have been at the last Revolver show, you'd have seen that man being a very terrible security guard. The entire
He did not hold Mox back.
He couldn't secure shit.
He's nuts.
I would have been holding Mox back. I would have grabbed his butt and just like driven back because he would have been confused off his game.
Well,
Be like,
I'll tell
Cody
you this.
taught me this.
Taught me this.
It's okay. We're brothers.
we're brothers.
We're kin.
You know?
We got the same
trained under
rifle
the same
bag.
banner. What you are, I am.
Oh, shit.
We're the same.
Look, he's just trying to fucking push it over on somebody
Yeah,
else.
I wasn't stationed in that area, Dakota.
If you
Luke
look
on
at the
other hand.
video, you run straight to that area, and then
Luke Larson, the Lariat.
The
The
Larry-
Lariat was there. Dakota Wolf was there.
Yeah.
Eric Fallen was there.
Luke Larson, I'm a big fan of.
I am.
I
too.
love a good Lariat, and he has the tassels. He looks like a miniature Kevin Nash.
the
It's
terrible
amazing.
mustache.
He's growing. He's a growing boy.
He's a kid. I
Yeah.
appreciate, Noah, gave us some insight and kind of like told us what kind of a worker he is and how hard and his dedication. And the kid just turned 21 years old. I mean,
Oh, well, hot dogs. I'm going to get him some shots.
he's legal.
he's like,
Welcome to
man, him
downtown.
yeah.
Listen, you ain't a steer, so come on over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that to people.
Yeah.
Better write this shit down.
He develops an affinity for Texas. That's where all my favorite things come from.
I just faced these Texan guys, and it was a lot of fun because I was saying some pretty obscene things at them. And like it was funny. I chopped him twice early on in the match, and after my second one, I'm like, I caught him really good. He's gonna hurt me. Literally, like not even 30 seconds later, he has my wrist, and I see him just go like this. I'm like, oh no,
Oh, no.
like my. So I go to ew after he hits me because ew, hit me harder. But I just go, ew. It hurts. It hurts.
Luke is my cowboy pal.
Oh,
He's my good time boy. My sweet
Yeah.
cheese.
your ranch
My rotten
hand, as
soldier.
one would say.
He's the Woody to his Buzz.
That's right.
Ooh, that's hot. I bet they go up on mountains, pitch a tent.
To infinity and beyond.
They don't know how to quit each other.
Cosplay, right?
But didn't they just lose a match together? I thought they were undefeated or something like that. They lose.
They were undefeated. I don't know.
I'm not certain.
I've seen Noah having a lot of excuses lately. I don't know what it's all about. I need to make my.
You
way
know
to
what
a
my
show.
football coach told me? Excuses are for losers.
That's right.
So
I need to make
And then
my
I
way
quit
to a
football.
show. Yeah.
So I quit football.
it's like, you're right, coach. I don't got an excuse. Fuck you. I'm leaving.
High school football is like the Marine Corps for high school kids.
Yeah,
pretty
it
much.
sucked. I wanted to smoke weed with my friends.
Yeah,
And
well,
now I have
my-
a running bit where I tell people don't go to college. Don't listen to me. I'm a very bad person.
I know one
I'm
thing
horrible.
that I've learned
Role
from our
models were like
conversation
Mick
today.
Foley and Ric Flair. So like, I'm a bad person. Who's kind-hearted.
He's a good
As long
man.
as you got the kind heart, man, that's all that matters.
Just want to bleed and make money.
What? Andrew Reed ruined a cake that my mom made and cost us to lose. That doesn't even sound like a real sentence, Noah.
What's Andrew Reed doing with
sounds
your
like
mom?
it sounds like he just put like autofill on.
Like he goes to type one word and it suggests another.
Literally, that's what that sentence
Andrew
sounds like.
Reed ruined a cake. I
Did you
love
ruin a
those.
cake that your mom made or your mom's cake?
That's a
Maybe
hard
that's what her
touch.
dad drew.
Ouch.
Dad Drew Reed.
Well, hey, before we get out of
Uh.
here, because we've hit our hour mark, Mike, we've got a question that we ask every single person.
We got
that
this
comes
far and
through.
didn't ask this. How do we get anyway?
As
It
soon as I
always
re-
happens like this, dude.
As soon
Well,
as I
the
realized we
temperature's
ran an
dropping
hour-
around here, so it's even more important this time of year than any. You know, it's what do you keep your thermostat set to?
Oh fuck! I don't have central air.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
you was right. I grew up out in Arizona. Everyone had central air. I have baseboard heating, and if I do have my air conditioning running, 62.
Woo!
He's
Yeah,
made of
I'm
money.
cold.
You got a money
I'm
tree
cold.
growing in your backyard?
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
we're just
Manali,
ignorant. We're
You
just
live in a hotel room?
Just fucking turn that shit all the
No,
way.
if he lived in a
That's how I
hotel room,
treat
it'd be
it.
at like
That's how I
58.
treat it.
Close
Because
the
it's literally the
curtains,
same
turn the air
machine.
conditioning all the way down, turn every light on.
That is the greatest feeling. Yeah, Stevens, I hope you're cool with that when we go to Squared Circle. That thing's going as low as it
Bro,
can go.
I
Just
still
bring
yeah,
your
ice
CPAP
cube.
machine.
on AC on every day.
My
of the
cat
I'll bring
needs
my
a CPAP
CPAP
machine.
machine so you don't worry about me.
What
You're
the-
bringing a CPAP?
I'll bring my
think-
CPAP
I
so you don't
think
worry
you-
about me.
I think you'll be fine as long as you don't sleep in a pretzel like you did in the last time. We
On
drove.
He
on the
chose
floor of your
to-
wife's van.
We went to fucking where was this? Michigan, and we were sharing this big room. It's Jake Shepard, Hoodfoot, the Bruisers, myself, and Creed. And Creed's like, "I got the bathroom." We're like,
What?
"What?" Yeah, exactly. He's like, "I'm sleeping in the shower." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
And there was a whole open space on the bed. He would have had to share a bed with Jake Shepard, but whatever the fuck, he still has a bed.
That's the quintessential
Like-
male.
Yeah, I shared a bed with Hoodfoot. The Bruiser shared the floor. Like, there's plenty of places to sleep.
Bro,
The next
Big
day,
Rick-
he's just like, "I'm so cold."
Yeah, I'll
it was
bet.
freezing. And I'm like, "Yeah, you slept on cold tile in a fucking unheated room."
Yeah.
Think of
I
how
don't
warm
care
you'd
how
be
many
if you
blankets
snuggled
got
up
on.
next
That's
to
gonna be
Jake.
horrible.
Me and
That
you know
part.
what, we can actually make this an announcement too. But me and Big Rig, we're getting a room together for. We got our table at the Squared Circle Expo in March. But
Oh,
we
I'll
just,
be there.
yeah, we've signed. So far, we've
Come
got
hang out
Jake
with us,
Chris.
man.
I will.
We got Jake Chris signing at our table, right? And then both days. But we just landed a second guest, and he's going to be staying with us in the hotel. So it's going to be 3 dudes piled on the fucking floor, flipping coins for the bed. But the cheese is coming up from Florida.
Jeez.
Bro, if you don't know the cheese, you need to check
Wait,
it out.
is he the dude who's like Macho Man, but
But with
all
cheese,
cheese? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know
Godfather,
him.
baby.
I know him. I love him.
Slices to
mean-
the ring and shit. Yeah, he's coming up from Florida, and we told him
I've
like,
yet to meet him, but
Same.
like he was just commenting on something I posted about on Facebook, and like I
Yeah.
love that dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He is
he's
great.
really good people, man. He's been on the show, and we told him like, look, we can't give you travel, but we can give you room. It's like if you want to come up,
The cheese. That's a great
Yeah.
pen.
With the blockbuster
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope his finisher is a blockbuster. That'd be sick.
That'd be amazing.
Bro, I
He was
feel like
actually just on NWA, wasn't he?
I'm trying to get on NWA.
I feel like
I've
that
never
was-
met
Yeah,
them.
yeah, he was on NWA.
Everyone wants to be Noah's friend.
I
This
don't-
guy's
I feel
funny.
I feel like it would be an obsession. You know what I mean?
He's like, come
Fall in
on.
love with Creed Costello,
thing.
man.
Take me higher, Creed. Show me your sacrifice.
Just be constant.
Just like, I don't do these things. You have us mixed up.
I'm not that Creed.
Bro. That's
But you can be. Just make a sacrifice. One last breath.
we're writing gold on the DWO right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you give me a promotion and make me Booker. I'll have the stupidest, outlandish backstage segments. Right, I want you to go over and be confused that his name's Creed with the band Creed. Just do
Sounds like
that.
an R-Truth bit.
Mr. Staff,
Oh, by the way, did anybody see Raw last night and the whole Jelly Roll and R-Truth thing?
bro.
I just saw their interaction on social media.
He's
How
God
can
bless
he
R-Truth.
be jelly rolls? You can't have all the jelly rolls.
bro.
Dude, when he came back at Survivor Series, I was just like, okay, life's good again.
Yeah,
R-Truth's
yeah.
back on TV.
best comeback
He's
of the
the-
night.
He is amazing.
24/7 title back there
Hey.
because of him.
They're not chips. They're not crisp. They're ruffles.
The Ruffle Shuffle.
Uh,
Oh
Maybe
God, how
just
good
at
is this?
least at one point give him the title. Just put the title
Dude,
on him. Heavyweight
I
champ, WWE
saw a
champ doesn't
meme.
matter.
I saw a meme that if it ever came down that AEW and WWE could somewhat work together, I want R-Truth to show up on AEW television, grab a microphone, and be like, "I'm here to declare for the Royal Rumble." And he will just be like, "What? This ain't Raw." Never
This ain't
mind,
Raw.
and then run out.
Well,
Shit,
like
I
last
must have
night on
already
Raw-
won.
Yeah.
Last night on Raw, he said, "How'd I do in War Games?" War Games. Oh, was it?
He's like, I'll be in War Games.
He's like, did we win?
How'd I do?
Oh,
He's
shit.
Blah,
so
blah, blah,
good.
truth.
So good.
He's so funny because, like, I don't know, like, one of the attractions to Mick Foley was he was like he looked like the dad that, like, everyone would be like, my dad can kick your dad's ass.
Yeah.
That's like who he was. R-Truth is like that funny uncle. Like,
Yes.
just like, he's so funny, but he can kick your ass still.
Yeah.
He is the
Still-
epitome of the catchphrase "Black don't crack." That dude is still 21.
Yeah, dude.
He is not aged. He's a vampire. Like he has to be.
Swear to God, dog. Like,
No, yeah. What? He's like 50 now.
Yeah. Such
Yeah.
beautiful skin
Ew.
for an older man.
Some genetic gene that doesn't age. I like
I'll tell
that.
you what,
I need that.
Need some truth juice.
Some truth juice. Ew.
Yeah.
It's got a same kind of consistency as eggnog.
Oh,
It's
my
so
God.
good. Chug it by the quart.
Oh.
Well, on that note, you guys got anything else before we get out of here?
As somebody, a little bit of dad advice for the week, as somebody who just went through an entire house being sick with COVID, be patient with people when they're sick. You know what I mean? Especially when you're going through phases. It's hard to, like, for example, my wife was sick for the first 3 days. I was more sick for the last 3 days. So we just kind of helped each other out as much as we could on opposites of those days. So make sure you take some time to rest whenever you're sick and take care of the people around you. So,
I give everyone a hard touch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Heavy petting.
absolutely.
Heavy pet. Hard touches and tough love.
Except with COVID, stay 6 feet away and use a hard touch with a pillow or a
Yeah.
spoon.
Or a stick.
Yeah. A 6-foot stick.
Yeah.
I love you.
Whack!
Don't touch me.
Hey, Margaret, get the touching stick. I'm over
It's Sunday.
I'm sick, but I want to touch you.
power of Christ compels me to tell you I love you.
It's gonna be a little tough.
Give me the touching stick.
Margaret, get the touch instead.
Oh shit.
Oh God. Okay,
Stuff Eddie
we're all
Gilbert.
Oh
morons, and I
shit.
love it.
GG, it's been fun,
Uh,
man. I knew you were going to be an easy episode, bro. You're entertaining.
Yeah.
You've got that charisma, man. Keep it
I
up, man.
tried.
Keep being yourself, man. Like I said, I could see your gimmick on television, man. You are entertaining. You
trying.
know what I mean? So
I'm
Hey,
trying.
You made a fan of all of us, so I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
first
Ew.
time.
hey,
Oh yeah. Thank you guys. It means the
All
world
right,
to me.
brother. Well,
Thanks
hey,
for having
thank you
me.
so much for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. As always, we've been the DWO podcast. I am Big Rig Eric Manfey. He is Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He is Wrestling T-shirt Guy Cephas, and he is the Queer Billy. Ooh, GG.
Ew.
Ew.
Love y'all.
As always, check us out on all the socials at DWO_podcast, Facebook at the DWO podcast, Pro Wrestling Tees, T Public, get that dad merch. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, Top Dads out.